My dear friends, have you ever lain awake in the still of night, heart pounding with that ancient ache, whispering the question that has haunted every soul since the dawn of time? What truly happens when we die? Is there life beyond this fragile breath, or does the light simply fade into nothing? Tonight, as your old grandfather here, someone who has walked many seasons and felt the weight of loss and wonder, I invite you to sit with me by this unseen fire. Let us journey together, not with fear, but with open hearts, into the eternal truth that awaits every one of us. For death is not the end. It is the great threshold, the moment our true self steps free from the temporary vessel we call the body, and begins its homeward voyage to the source of all that is good and everlasting. Consider first what unfolds in those final, clinical moments when the doctors declare a life ended. The heart falls silent. Breath ceases. The brain, that intricate conductor of thoughts and senses, powers down. Medically and scientifically, the body, the vehicle we have ridden through this world, shuts down completely. Yet here is the profound mystery science itself cannot fully contain. The true self, that eternal spark of soul and spirit woven through the heart, remains untouched. It does not depend on flesh or neurons. The body was always just a borrowed carriage for a season. The true self carries on, conscious and whole, in a non-physical realm. There is a window, a sacred pause, where awareness lingers beyond the machines. We have all glimpsed hints of this greater reality even while alive, through dreams that feel more vivid than waking hours, through sudden intuitions or imaginings that arrive unbidden, through stories of apparitions and presences that linger after a loved one passes. These are not mere tricks of the mind. They are whispers proving that something profound lives outside the physical shell, waiting to be recognized. And oh, how vividly this truth reveals itself in the countless stories of those who have brushed against death and returned, those blessed with near-death experiences. In the grip of cardiac arrest, when every vital sign flatlines, something extraordinary occurs for 10 to 20% of survivors, according to the meticulous research of Dr. Bruce Greyson and Dr. Jeffrey Long, who have documented over 5,000 cases. People describe leaving their bodies entirely, floating above the scene, observing details no eyes could see. They speak of gliding through a tunnel of warm, radiant light, embraced by beings of pure love, reuniting with departed relatives who welcome them with joy. Many undergo a life review, not as judgment, but as an immersive lesson from the heart's perspective, feeling every ripple their words and actions created in others' lives. They return transformed, no longer fearing death, overflowing with compassion, forever changed. These are no ordinary hallucinations. Veridical cases defy explanation, blind patients accurately describing the operating room layout, or those under total anesthesia recounting exact conversations between surgeons, later confirmed word for word. The landmark-aware studies led by Dr. Sam Parnia from 2014 through 2023 captured consciousness persisting even when the brain should have been silent. Recent EEG research in 2023 and 2025 recorded surges of gamma waves precisely at the moment patients later reported these experiences. Science calls it an adaptive mechanism, yet it cannot account for information gained beyond the senses. These moments are windows flung open, proving the true self can detach, observe, and return, bearing lessons that light our path in this life. Across the world's great religions, the message echoes with beautiful harmony, though the words may differ. Whether in the sacred texts of Christianity, Islam, Judaism, Hinduism, or Buddhism, the core teaching remains. Death is no final curtain but a gentle transition. The soul, the true self, journeys onward toward reunion with the true source, the divine wellspring of all goodness. This earthly realm is merely a temporary way station, an inn along the road. Many traditions speak of reincarnation, or samsara, not as punishment but as merciful opportunity. Life after life, the true self returns in new form to complete unfinished lessons, until at last it earns its way home, freed from the wheel. Imagine existence as one vast, cosmic schoolhouse. Every soul enrolls to learn love, wisdom, and mastery over the heart. Those who grasp the teachings graduate to higher realms of eternal life beside the source. Those still wrestling with the curriculum repeat the grade, returning in fresh bodies, carrying karmic memories in the heart, until mastery is won. The goal is always the same, to seek and find the true source, and claim the gift of everlasting life. Science itself lends quiet weight to reincarnation through the groundbreaking work of Dr. Ian Stevenson and Dr. Jim Tucker at the University of Virginia's Division of Perceptual Studies. More than 2,500 documented cases involve young children, often between ages 2 and 5, spontaneously recalling detailed past lives, names, addresses, family members, even the manner of their previous death. In 30% of cases, birthmarks or congenital defects precisely match the fatal wounds of the remembered life, verified through medical records. A child in India might describe a former family's village, their occupation, and the exact circumstances of their passing, details later confirmed in full. Dr. Stevenson's classic volume, 20 Cases Suggestive of Reincarnation, stands as a testament that cannot be dismissed. These memories fade as the child grows, but they remind us, the true self carries forward what the heart has learned. Yet free will remain sovereign. Some souls, upon departing, may choose to reject the journey, closing themselves to the source. At the final accounting, whatever name we give that great threshold, they risk fading into shadow or repeating until the lesson lands. Reincarnation is not fate, it is grace extended to every learner. In that greater realm, reunion awaits those bound by love. Nothing the true source creates can ever be unmade, all souls are fashioned for eternity. Loved ones do meet again, not by accident, but according to the condition of the heart. Lives lived in kindness, forgiveness, and open affection draw souls together in realms of light and warmth. Those entangled in bitterness, anger, or negativity may find themselves in distant spaces, separated until their hearts soften. The choice is always ours, both here and beyond. And yes, communication between realms remains possible. When a loved one sheds the body, only the physical form is lost. The soul, spirit, and heart endure. Through dreams that feel too real, through gentle signs, a familiar song on the radio, a sudden warmth in the chest, a feather on the path, connections persist. For those who walk the spiritual path with sincerity, opening the heart through meditation, prayer, or quiet reflection, the veil thins. They touch soul awareness even while alive and commune directly with those who have crossed over. The bond of love, once forged in the heart, is never severed. Science, for all its rigor, increasingly acknowledges that consciousness is far more than brain activity. There exist 3 distinct layers: the thinking mind rooted in the physical brain, the deeper awareness of the soul, and the eternal true self or spirit that transcends both. The true self belongs to the non-physical realm, returning at last to the true source to live in boundless, everlasting light. This is no poetic fancy. It aligns with the deepest observations of those who have glimpsed beyond the veil. Every culture on Earth, from the ancient tribes of the Americas to the traditions of Asia, Africa, and the islands, shares this recognition. Death is not exile but homecoming. For those who prepared the heart, cultivating awareness of soul and spirit while still breathing, passing feels like stepping through the door after a long journey abroad. The familiar faces wait. The love that never died welcomes them. Preparation is everything. The state of the heart determines the welcome we receive. Within near-death experiences, one phenomenon stands out with luminous clarity: the life review. Here the true self does not merely remember, it relives every moment from the perspective of the heart, feeling precisely how our choices rippled outward, every kindness that healed, every harsh word that wounded. It is not condemnation but compassionate teaching. We see the curriculum of this grand school laid bare: to master self-control, to choose gentleness over rage, to walk in positivity rather than negativity. Follow the heart's light consistently, and we draw nearer to the true source. Cling to darkness, and the path leads toward shadow and eventual dissolution. Those who leave without completing the lessons are lovingly guided back, shown their missteps, given another classroom, another body, until they choose the light. And so we arrive at the most urgent truth for our daily lives. Belief, or its absence, shapes everything. This world, vast as it appears, is but one classroom among 365 dimensions of learning within the greater field of existence, with mysteries still unfolding beyond. Yet free will is the master key. We may open our eyes to the infinite or shutter them tight. Imagine a person given a palace, a garden, a zoo of wonders, yet choosing to lock themselves in a small, dark room, insisting that single chamber is all reality. That choice becomes their lived truth. The same holds for the afterlife. Reject the possibility of continuation, of reincarnation, of heaven or reunion, and the door remains closed by our own hand. But the universe is wider than our doubts. Every sunrise offers another chance to choose love, to open the heart, to learn the lessons that free us from the wheel. Live with eyes wide to the true source, and death becomes not terror but the sweetest return. My friends, as the years have taught this old voice, the greatest preparation is simple. Love fiercely, forgive quickly, seek the light in every soul you meet. Open your heart now, while breath still fills your lungs. The true self you carry is already eternal. It longs only to go home. And when the moment comes, may you step across that threshold smiling, welcomed by light, embraced by those who never truly left. For life after life, the journey continues, until at last we rest, complete, in the arms of the source that has loved us from the beginning. Sleep well tonight. The dawn beyond awaits.